Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence, from the film by the same name. This music was written by Ryuichi Sakamoto. This is the film with David Bowie in it. The late, great. All right, so Choli, thank you for the suggestion. This is all because of you that I'm doing it. And here is the introduction to Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. And then the main theme comes in. But I'll do that in the next few tutorials. So let's cover the intro here. I think I can do the whole thing on YouTube. And yeah, I should be able to do the whole thing. The other one's a little bit more dense. There's a lot more material in the themes and the other sections of the music. So I'm going to be doing that half on YouTube and half on the website. I encourage you to check it out. It's free to try it out, and you'll have access to the entire library, not just snippets here on YouTube. Yeah, so one thing I should say about the music. So you'll notice, if you know this piece well, that it's not exactly the same as what the composer himself plays when he performs it. He's got a publication. You can find it on his website pretty easily. You can download it for free. It's what I'm using. And you'll notice that even his publication is not the same as what he plays, unfortunately. I quite liked his version, but I couldn't be bothered to transcribe what he plays. I'm just using the one he wrote. So you might, that's, I don't know about you guys, but when I listened to the few different versions, I was, I don't know, kind of bummed that it's not all the same version, but whatever. Anyway, this is the one that he published. So for better or for worse, here is how you play the intro. We start up here on an F, and every bar, we're going to be doing it bar by bar. It's a bar of 12/8 time, or you can think of it 4/4, but in triplets, it's more or less the same thing. The important thing here is there's 4 groups of 3, right? So 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. There's your first bar. Straightforward. So we have the fingerings are 3, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2. Then again. 3, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2. That's your first bar. Left hand, we have 4, 3, and 1. Together, we play. Pretty straightforward, I think. Moving on, we have the same thing in the right hand, but the pinky is going to drop to A flat. Right? Left hand, we have these notes, just all in line, 4, 3, 2, and 1. But the patterning is the same. And one thing I should mention also is you can add a bit of a shimmer to your playing by rolling the chords, like that. It's up to you. I'm playing it in solid form. It's just a little bit easier to follow, probably. And yeah, so... Yes, so this was the second bar we just did. And you can, of course, roll those. Moving on to the next bar, we get the left hand plays this chord, 5, and then 3, 2, 1 are the same. And the right hand is all right, pinky stayed put. Now the bottom 2 move down. So that's 2, 1, 2, pinky, 2, 1 again. All right. So your third bar again all together. Moving on to the next bar, the fourth bar to close off the little phrase, we get there's a few switches here, so let's deal with the left hand first. Bar 4 has this chord, 5, 2, and 1, and then 5, 3, 2, and 1. The right hand has 3 and 1 together, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2. That's the first half. Then we have a thumb, second finger across, third on C, pinky, 2 on C, 1 on B flat. A lot of switching here. So one more time, we have 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2. Next, thumb, second finger across, 3, 5, 2 replaces 3, and a thumb on B flat. The reason for that, the last switch, is so that you can reach the next bar, which is an F with your third finger. All right, so with both hands, we get thumb across, 3, 5, switch to 2 and 1. Moving on to the next bar is the same as the beginning. So the fifth and first bars are the same. Next, we have the sixth bar, the same as the second bar. So this is all familiar. Seventh bar, things start to change. So left hand is the same. We have 5, 3, 2, and 1. That's fine. With the right hand, we have 2, 1, 2, pinky on C, 2, 1, 4 on A flat, 2, 1, pinky on C, 2, 1. Always back to 2, 1. Together, we have moving on to bar 8 to close the major phrase. You can see the right hand is almost identical. The only difference is that the very first note, the 2, is going to be played together with a C. So we have 2, 1, and immediately the thumb comes up to D flat for the next note. And everything else is the same. And for that bar, the left hand is this, which we've learned before. So it's together, 8th bar. Moving on to the 9th bar, which is the start or the restart of the main, I guess, theme in this case. Sort of mini theme. So now the left-hand chord is just an octave lower with one added note. So we have, here's your bar 9 on the left. The right hand is all the same notes as the very first bar of the piece, except that the top note, the B flat, is doubled. Okay, so watch. This is fine. Doubled. Everything else is the same, just an octave when you get to the B flat. So both hands. It's nice, right? It gives it a bit of a bell-like quality. Moving on to the next 10th bar, we have again, as you might imagine, the second finger moves to C. Actually, I don't know why you would imagine that. It just harmonically, this was what happens. So all the fingers stay put, but the second finger moves from D flat to C. And we have the right hand is playing the same thing as bar 2. Just again, the outside notes are doubled. So bar 10 again is. Moving on. Now you see, I'm finishing here in the right hand on the second finger. The next bar starts on the same note, but with your third finger. All right, so left hand is all of these notes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the right hand is 3, 2, 3, octave, 3, 2, 3, octave. Moving on to the next bar, bar 12. So the left hand is this chord, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then this chord, 5, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1 stay put for both of these chords. It's just that the bottom note that moves down. So the first chord is this, B flat, and then next one is an A flat. Now the right hand here, you'll notice, is very similar to bar 4 that we had before, which was with all the switches, right? This is the same, except the outside notes are doubled. So 3, and you don't have the double here, right? There's no C. It's just 3, 2, 3, octave, 3, 2. Here comes the thumb, second finger across, 3 on C, octave, second finger on C, B flat. Moving on to bar 13, we have a repetition of this material. Bar 14. Now we have something a little bit different. Left hand is the same, these notes. The right hand. So these left hand helper notes, that's actually what the composer plays when I saw him play it on YouTube. And I just peppered them in because I thought they sounded pretty good. So it's not actually in the score, but I'm teaching it to you anyway. So 2, 1, 2, 5. This is all familiar, right? It's the same as bar 7. Not that you actually remember bar by bar, but anyway, I'm sure your fingers do. So what happens here is we have this, and then the outside notes are doubled between the hands. So C's, A flats in both hands, C's in both hands. And the final bar is which this, the left hand has this chord, but everything else stays the same. Octave, octave, octave. And that's where you stop. And then the actual theme of this piece, the recognizable bit, starts. But we'll save that for the next one. All right. So as far as the pedaling goes, you can just pedal every time the left hand changes chords. These don't count. Right? Yeah, that ought to do it. Cool. Thanks for sticking around. Check out the next installation. It's going to be a theme that I just started. And that was fun. All right, I'll be seeing you guys in the next videos. Take care and see ya. See you around.